Hello and welcome back once again to the YouTube Iceberg Explained. Today, we've finally made it to Tier 3, which is the beginning of the real meat of the iceberg. This tier is the first one that's below the waters, which doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be getting into super obscure stuff in this tier, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that may have been forgotten to time over the years, as the title of this tier is Historian. Here's what the original image has to say about people who fit into this tier. These users are either veterans, people with an interest in YouTube history, or people who like to explore the site as a whole, and in the process may stumble onto various oddities from time to time, some of which include the most popular weird videos on the platform. So yeah, again, not anything super obscure, but definitely some old stuff that younger users might have not picked up on. This tier is almost twice as large as Tier 2, which was in turn twice as big as Tier 1, so that's kind of scary, but I'll try to keep it to 2 videos, so this video is probably going to be a lot longer than the first couple. Anyways, you guys are probably sick of me rambling, so without further ado, here is part 1 of Tier 3 of the YouTube Iceberg. Shoutouts to Potted Plant 444 for making the original chart. In YouTube's early years, when it was first getting its footing around 2007, users experienced one of the first cases of YouTube beginning to copyright strike videos, although they did it in a different way than you're probably used to. When the site detected that a user was using copyright music or audio, YouTube would mute the audio on the video completely. The only way to actually get audio back on the video was to use the audio swap feature, which let you add in music from a predetermined library. There were a handful of songs from the selection that were crazy popular, both by people who used the feature to add audio into their copyrighted video, and just people who used the feature to add music to their video just cause. The songs were literally everywhere on YouTube in late 2000s, and you probably heard them countless times, such as Bodies by Drowning Pool, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, Paralyzer by Finger Eleven, Hey There Delilah by Plain White Tees, and of course, what many consider to be the national anthem of old YouTube, Dreamscape by 009 Sound System, which is what's playing right now. This might beg the question of, why were these 5 songs the ones to show up everywhere, which the answer being because they're fucking bangers? Duh. No, the real reason is that since YouTube was a very new thing, they couldn't exactly get a hold of much music to use, so there wasn't a lot of room to pick from. Nevertheless, this meager selection of audio swap music became incredibly iconic in the minds of people who used YouTube at this time. One of the earliest videos on YouTube ever is one titled Good Times by ZubazPants, uploaded on May 18, 2005, only around a month after Me at the Zoo. The video is stop motion and features the uploader messing around, doing some funny looking stuff, set to Hollywood Swingin' by Kool and the Gang. The video was so funny, in fact, that a man by the name of Marco Cassi commented on it, simply saying LOL in all caps, with 7 exclamation points. I counted them because it's important. This comment was the first ever comment on a YouTube video. Now you might be wondering why the first comment wasn't on, Me at the Zoo, the first video. This is because YouTube didn't actually have comments when that video was uploaded, and instead they introduced comments about 2 or 3 months later. Charlie Bit My Finger was a video uploaded on May 22nd, 2007 of a young boy being bitten on the finger by his younger brother named Charlie. Originally only uploaded to YouTube by the parents to share with their friends and family, the video quickly gained traction, becoming one of the first big viral videos on YouTube. In October of 2009, it became the most viewed video on YouTube, which it held for about half a year. Although unfortunately in 2021, the video was taken down, not by YouTube, but by the original creators of the video, stating that they wanted to auction it off as an NFT, which it did end up selling for over $700,000. It's kind of sad that such a big piece of history has been lost to the NFT craze, but, that's a lot of money. Katie Wayne was a YouTuber who was well known on YouTube around 2008 to 2009 for her energetic vlogs where she plays a character named Boxy. Her first 2 videos were addressed to friends she met on Guy Online. The first videos gained traction on a now defunct site known as IamBored.com, which later allowed it to spread it to 4chan. These videos got massively popular on 4chan, leading her to gain the nickname the Queen of B. The popularity led to a split down the middle of people hating or supporting Boxy. This later led to a video by Boxy herself titled For Everyone from Boxy, where she addressed her popularity on 4chan, which only served to worsen the issue. There were several cases of Boxy's account getting hacked by 4chan users as well as her getting doxxed. The spam was so bad on the site that they managed to DDoS themselves. She came back sporadically throughout the next 6 years before uploading a final, out-of-character, introspective video in 2017. She had a couple of voice acting roles, such as a character in Disney XD's Billy Dilly's Super Duper Subterranean Summer, as well as Isabelle in Isabelle Ruins Everything by Hot Daddy Demon, and herself in an RPG Maker game titled Boxy Quest: The Gathering Storm. Nowadays, she seems to have dropped off the internet, though. The Bed Intruder song is an edited video of a news report about an attempted rape in Alabama that went viral in 2010 because of an interview with Antoine Dodson, the brother of the victim, which was strangely over the top and, I guess, energetic? The report was remixed into a song by a channel called Shmoyoho only 2 days later, and the song was a massive success, becoming the most viewed video of 2010. It was popular enough to hit 89 on the Billboard Top 100 and has since garnered over 150 million views. Shmoyoho were also well known for their other songified versions of videos like The Double Rainbow and Try to Bit My Finger. Kony 2012 is a 30-minute long documentary film released by a charity called Invisible Children Inc. in, well, 2012. The video explained who Ugandan cult leader and war criminal Joseph Kony is and was a call to action for both governments and citizens to do everything they can to stop this guy. The video gained insane traction and was considered to be one of the fastest growing YouTube videos of its time. The video called people to buy their $30 action kit, which included posters for people to hang up all across towns and cities to get the word out, which would all happen on a scheduled day, April 20th, 2012. The campaign had millions of people supporting it, along with an equal number against it. Many people criticized the video for oversimplifying an incredibly complex issue, including many media outlets as well as the Prime Minister of Uganda himself. The video was also criticized for heavily featuring the filmmaker and his son instead of the actual victims of the crimes, as well as presenting straight-up false information about the issue. A month before the planned date, Jason Russell, the leader of the project, was caught streaking in San Diego during a mental breakdown. Kony was never caught, and many now regard Kony 2012 and Invisible Children Inc. to be one big scam. I'd recommend watching Internet Historian's video on the topic, as I can't possibly explain everything here. I'll link it in the description. "It's over 9,000" was a slightly mistranslated quote by Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z when he's asked what Goku's power level is. The clip was uploaded to YouTube in 2006 by user Kage Tokun, originally intended to be able to share with his friends, and quickly became a highly quoted internet meme, at first on 4chan's B-board, then by spreading elsewhere on the internet, and it was a very popular source for YouTube poops at the time. In the late 2000s, it was just a part of internet vernacular to say something is over 9,000 in place of a large number. One of the most famous examples is when 4chan users trolled Oprah Winfrey by leaving a message on her message board stating that they do not forgive, they do not forget, that they have over 9,000 penises, and they are all raping children. This prompted her to take the bait and read the message on her show. Bad Apple is a song composed by Zune for the fourth entry in the video game series The Touhou Project, released in 1998. The song was very popular into a remix by Masayoshi Minashima and singer Nomiko in the mid-2000s, which became a popular song on Nico Nico Doga, a Japanese video sharing site similar to YouTube. There was an animation that went along with this remix, which featured the silhouettes of many characters in the Touhou series with very smooth transitions. This video was pretty popular on YouTube and was many Westerners' first introduction to the series, and inspired many remixes and people putting the video in basically any format, including rhythm games, stop motion, lasers, apple carving. People have gotten it running on Sega Genesis, NES, Commodore, Atari 2600, TI-84 calculators. I mean, Can It Run Bad Apple is now basically the Japanese equivalent of Can It Run Doom. Happy Tree Friends is an animated web series released on YouTube by Mondo Media. The format of pretty much every episode is that it starts out as your average children's cartoon plot, with cutesy little animals having a normal peaceful life. But then something happens and characters are subjected to extreme graphic violence and gore. The series was a smash hit success in the 2000s, easily becoming Mondo Media's most successful series with 5 seasons, its own television show on G4, a video game on Xbox Arcade, and even a Fall Out Boy music video. The late 2000s were fucking weird, man. Neutral Response is a YouTube upload of a Futurama clip where a character states that he has no strong feelings one way or the other. The clip has a popular use as a reaction image or video to denote, well, a neutral response. What really sets this video apart though is the like to dislike ratio, which users on YouTube have miraculously all come together to make the number of likes be exactly the same as the number of dislikes. It all started from just a few people in the comment section telling everyone to dislike the video so it stays neutral, and it caught on to the point where it's even remained neutral since the video was uploaded in 2009, nearly 13 years ago. Even after YouTube removed dislikes, by use of an extension you can tell that this video still remains at a neutral ratio. Kicking off the long list of childhood trauma of Gen Z kids with unsupervised internet access, I Feel Fantastic is a short, creepy video of an Uncanny Valley doll android thing singing this weird song in a mysterious house. The video was originally uploaded to YouTube by a channel called Creepy Blog in 2009 with some strange description comparing the video to the Greek myth of Pygmalion, although that video along with its description was deleted because of a copyright claim. In reality, the clip is of Tara the android, an android created by a man named John Bergeron, who originally wanted to create an android that would help with household tasks, which he eventually repurposed to be a musical robot, who uses a robotic voice to sing in a manner that predates even Hatsune Miku and the rise of Vocaloid. The voice is very limited, making her have a monotone voice, which unintentionally sounds pretty creepy. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of misinformation about the creator of this video, such as him being a rapist or murderer or whatever, when really he's just a guy who wanted to make a Vocaloid before Vocaloids were even a thing. He's been ruthlessly harassed over the years because of the misinformation, which is honestly just really sad. Oh, how I miss these. Annotations were a feature on YouTube that date back as far as 2008, which allowed users to put text boxes on videos that could contain things like links. They were really helpful for a number of uses, such as correcting something is said in the video, such as, I don't know, mispronouncing Javed Karim's name. They were also helpful for providing external links, as well as providing links to timestamps in case an uploader wanted to indicate that a part in the video was skippable, or to other videos the uploader has made with an end card. Hell, people even used annotations to create interactive choose-your-own-story type games, which are pretty creative. They also at one point added a feature called collaborative annotations, where people could set their videos to allow public annotations, which was a horrible idea, because it at times made videos nigh unwatchable if you didn't turn annotations off. All in all though, the feature was really useful in the early days of YouTube and was generally loved by both uploaders and viewers alike. But YouTube themselves had issues with the feature. You see, they couldn't find a way to make annotations work on mobile phones, and since throughout the 2010s, society's focus gradually shifted away from desktops and more to mobile phones. In 2017, YouTube removed the option to add annotations, and 2 years later in 2019, YouTube took the feature out back and removed it for good. Hypercam is a screencasting software created in 1997. All it would do is capture your screen and record it to an AVI or WMV file. While it's supposed to be a program that you pay $40 for, you can also download it for free, and all that will happen is that it asks you to register every time you open the program. Oh, and there's this tiny little watermark on the top left of the screen that you can't get rid of. This made the program pretty popular in the early days of YouTube as the watermark was quite small and unobtrusive. I swear, back in the day, you couldn't find any tutorials that didn't have this thing in the corner, and the tutorial itself being narrated by the uploader typing on a notepad window at the slowest words per minute imaginable. The unregistered Hypercam 2 watermark would go on to be an iconic symbol of YouTube's past. Reset Plus is a Spanish YouTuber who does a variety of content, but he's mainly known for the huge backlash to his toothpaste Oreo prank video. In this video, he replaced the cream in the middle of an Oreo with toothpaste and then fed it to a homeless person. He then defended his actions, stating that it'll help him clean his teeth since homeless people don't get access to toothpaste. It's just another case of prank YouTubers being the dumbest people on planet Earth. Dramatic Chipmunk is a 5-second clip of a chipmunk turning its head to look at the camera while dramatic music plays. The clip was originally uploaded in 2007 by user Magnets99 under the title Dramatic Look, and the origin of that clip is from the Japanese television show Hello Morning, while the audio is taken from the Mel Brooks film Young Frankenstein. The video is very popular, being another one of the earliest viral videos, and has since been referenced in pop culture since as Overwatch and Scribblenauts. Fun fact, the animal in the clip isn't actually a chipmunk, it's a prairie dog, but chipmunk sounds funnier, so I'm gonna keep calling it that. Where's the Fair Use, or as it's shortened, WTFU, is a campaign started by the Nostalgia Critic in relation to how YouTube views fair use. Many content creators use copyrighted material for review or otherwise transformative purposes, which is protected under United States fair use laws. However, these creators will often have their videos taken down anyways because YouTube detects copyrighted material in them. The platform's archaic copyright system was one of the biggest problems with it when this video was uploaded in 2016, but now, it's still pretty shitty, but let it be known that Where the Fair Use actually made a pretty significant ripple, as lots of popular YouTubers began sharing their support for their campaign, such as Boogie2988, Markiplier, Rubber Ross, and Jacksepticeye. There were over 30,000 comments on the Copyright Office when they were looking for feedback on how to make DMCA's work better. YouTube eventually did say that they would be changing their policies on DMCA takedowns as well, which was directly in response to the movement. Crazy Frog, originally known as the Annoying Thing, is a Swedish CGI animated character created by Eric Warnquist that was originally intended for use as a ringtone, similar to those weird Jamster commercials you might have seen before, which is also where Gummy Bear got his start. Crazy Frog videos would mainly be remixes of existing songs, with him going bing bing bong all over them. His most popular remixes are We Are the Champions, Crazy Frog in the House, and of course, the one everyone knows him for, Axel F. This one in particular was very popular, and in the early days of YouTube, you couldn't go 3 seconds without seeing Crazy Frog's dick. Like, literally, you can see his dick. Like, what the fuck? Crazy Frog has gotten 2 racing games, merchandise, a cancelled TV series, a cancelled feature film, a documentary, and he even came back last year to release one more music video and announce a line of NFTs. Yeah, you'll notice that trend with a lot of these older YouTube viral videos, unfortunately. Lee Hardcastle is a British animator who specializes in stop motion using clay, and he's been producing YouTube content since 2006. His YouTube content is a lot of the time parodies of existing properties such as Despicable Me and The Simpsons, and are almost always very gory and disturbing, such as The Simpsons parody where masked men murder Bart before breaking into their house and killing everyone else. He's been uploading for pretty much the entire lifespan of the platform and still uploads today, with his most recent video being 3 months old. Cyriac Harris is another British animator who also joined YouTube in 2006. What he's known for is making these weird and surreal animations that use real images as a basis, mostly images of animals. These videos will often contain elements of body horror that really made my stomach turn when I was like 12 and watching this shit. The videos will start out relatively normal and become more and more disturbing as the videos progress. Cyriac's style is very distinctive, and you may have seen videos by him without realizing it, such as Meow Mix, Cows and Cows and Cows, Bah, Meow, and Welcome to Kitty City. Yeah, he really likes animals. Blank Room Soup is an ancient horror video that dates back on YouTube all the way back in its first year of operation, 2005, originally titled Freaky Soup Guy. The video shows a man with a censored face eating some kind of soup in a blank room while bawling his eyes out. A man dressed in a mascot suit walks into the room and begins rubbing him on the back, and a bit later a second identical mascot walks in and does the same. Legend has it that the man in the video was kidnapped, and the soup he's being forced to eat is actually the remains of his girlfriend, or wife, or children. The story isn't exactly consistent, but you get the idea. The origins of this video are actually a huge unsolved mystery that will probably never be solved. The creators of the costumes have been identified as the Ray Ray Performance Art Group led by Raymond S. Percy, who is well known for his works on movies such as Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia. He has stated that he doesn't know who made the video and that the costumes could have possibly been stolen, although he could be lying. Personally, I myself don't buy the whole cannibalism dark web theory, but we'll probably never know for 100% certain. On YouTube, you can find just full-ass movies sitting around untouched by YouTube's copyright bots. And I'm not talking about those pay-to-view ones that are officially licensed by YouTube. I mean just straight-up free movies. Sometimes they have heavy filters on them, or they take up a small portion of the viewing space, or they're split up into several parts, or they're just there. In HD. On YouTube. For free. My favorite of these is a video titled Totally Not Akira Full Movie, Just a Slime Tutorial, which is totally not a full HD upload of Akira, it's just a slime tutorial. The uploader in the description asks viewers to comment on the video like it's actually a slime tutorial. If you want to find these, I recommend using a subreddit called r/fullmovies on YouTube. Man, it's kind of weird how fair use videos like reviews will get taken down, but nothing happens to these kind of videos, huh? Super Mario Logan is a channel created by Florida man Logan 30acre, whose content mainly revolves around Mario plush videos. He's been making YouTube content since 2007 when he was only 13 years old, and since then has amassed a massive viewership, although these videos were not without their controversies. Some criticisms I can find include poor writing, which, I mean, what do you expect? It's a show about a guy playing with Mario dolls. There's a character named Jeffy who's supposed to be the son of Mario and Rosalina, and he's been seen as insensitive to the mentally impaired. I'd say Super Mario Logan is borderline Elsagate content and would also be criticized for racist, sexist, and homophobic language and jokes throughout the videos. A huge controversy arose when a 7-year-old allegedly tied a noose and attempted to hang himself because he learned how to from Jeffy on Super Mario Logan. YouTube demonetized and age-restricted Logan's content on all 3 of his channels, and then he and his wife cheated on each other, he got swatted, and then Nintendo sent a cease and desist letter because they don't want people to see their properties in this kind of video. Now he uploads to a channel called SML that has no references whatsoever to Nintendo products. When site co-founders Javed Karim, Chad Hurley, and Steve Chen originally created YouTube, video sharing was not the first purpose they had in mind. Originally, YouTube was created as a dating site where people could post videos talking about themselves and what they wanted in a partner, with the original slogan not being broadcast yourself, but tune in, hook up. A main reason why dating was their first instinct when they bought the domain was because it was initially bought on Valentine's Day of 2005. 5 days after launching the private beta, no one wanted to upload a single video to the platform, which led them to just say fuck it and allow people to upload any video they wanted. And the rest is history. Even by looking at the YouTube homepage in 2005 through the Internet Archive, you can tell that, yeah, that's definitely a dating site.
Hitler's Downfall parodies are parodies of a scene from the 2004 drama about Adolf Hitler and the fall of the Nazi regime, Der Untergang, or as it's titled in English-speaking countries, Downfall. In particular, these videos will parody a pivotal scene from the movie where Hitler learns that Germany's defeat is imminent. The parodies will swap the subtitles out to make it seem like Hitler is ranting about basically anything the uploader wants him to. The first of these videos was Sim Heil, uploaded by DReaperF4, and it's about Hitler ranting in Spanish about there being a lack of features in Microsoft Flight Simulator X. And that spawned thousands of parodies for just this one scene.
There was also a copyright drama, obviously, like there always is, when the original production company of the film began taking down these parodies. When I was on YouTube, I didn't really question these videos, but looking back, they're really bizarre? I guess it was just kind of something you had to accept. Fallen Kingdom is a Minecraft parody of Coldplay's Viva La Vida, uploaded in 2012 by Captain Sparkles. It actually features a story about a king who was forced to watch his kingdom, well, fall to mobs. While it was far from the first Minecraft parody ever made, it's not really much of a reach to say it's the most iconic, and it's actually the first in a series of 4 videos with an overarching plot. If you were a kid who was into Minecraft in the early to mid 2010s, there's no doubt you watched this video religiously. It now stands at over 140 million views, and it's over a decade old, holy shit. The Trollolo song is a video of Russian singer Edward Hill performing the Soviet pop song I'm Very Glad Because I'm Finally Coming Home. The song was posted to YouTube in 2009 by user Real Papa Pit and has since become known as Mr. Trollolo or the Trollolo song. The song has become synonymous with trolling on the internet in a similar manner to Never Gonna Give You Up. Hill is actually quite happy with the song's resurgence popularity, and there are multiple videos around of him reacting to and even performing it again. Although in 2012 he sadly passed away. YouTube has a built-in video editor where you can edit your video after it's been uploaded. This allows you to add music similarly to the old audio swap feature, as well as trim and cut videos and blur them out. Its features and usage are very limited, and you definitely shouldn't be using it in place of shit like Adobe Premiere, but still, it's cool that YouTube has an option to fix something you may have fucked up on while making your video. David After Dentist is a video uploaded in 2009 by David DeVore, also known by his YouTube username Booba1234. It's him filming his son's reaction to anesthesia after being given oral surgery to have an extra tooth removed. The boy is really confused and asks his father questions like, is this real life? The video is 2 minutes long and has 141 million views. It just kinda goes to show you the types of mundane things that got millions of views on YouTube back in 2009. Of course, the parents have capitalized off of the attention, releasing David After Dentist merchandise, although part of the revenue is apparently given to dental charities, which is pretty cool. Oh, and this was another one of those viral videos that was sold as an NFT, although I'm willing to forgive this one because the $13,000 they made from the auction went towards David and his brother's tuition fund. In 2017, YouTube launched a feature where people could send each other friend requests and have friend lists. These friend lists could be used to message each other in videos as well as messaging each other just to talk. Honestly, I didn't even know this existed. When I saw a friend list on the chart, I figured some really old feature back when YouTube was still trying to be a social media instead of its own thing, not 3 or 4 years ago. Apparently that sentiment is mirrored in other users who used YouTube at the time, because 2 years later in 2019, YouTube removed friend lists in the messaging feature, most likely because no one used it. Which is fair, because I sure as hell didn't. Ben Drowned is a creepypasta turned multimedia alternate reality game and web series created by Alexander Hall, also known as Jeduzable? I don't fucking know. It's one of, if not the most iconic and groundbreaking video game creepypastas out there, following the story of a college student who finds an old copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, haunted by a malevolent spirit of a dead child named Ben, who, you know, drowned. The main story is text-based while using supplemental footage of the supposed haunted game, and the story is known for being actually well written. Like, some people like to compare this story to the likes of Sonic.exe, which is just blatantly wrong. Keyboard Cat is a video of a cat playing the keyboard. I mean, what the fuck did you expect? The video was created by Charlie Schmidt, and the cat in the video was named Fatso. It was originally recorded all the way back in 1984, and remained a private video until it was uploaded to YouTube in 2007. It has since become a very popular video with over 67 million views. Though the video was uploaded to YouTube long after Fatso's death, Schmidt would use a new cat named Bento for a video titled Keyboard Cat Reincarnated, and Bento would be the cat Schmidt used for celebrity appearances, although Bento also sadly passed away in 2018. Then, in 2019, Schmidt adopted a third keyboard cat named Skinny. WebDriver Torso is an interesting part of YouTube history. It was a YouTube channel that would upload these strange videos about 15 minutes to an hour apart. The videos consisted of these red and blue rectangles of varying heights and widths along with random tones, and videos that were 10 seconds long with only a handful of deviations from this format. Like this video of the Eiffel Tower and an upload of a scene from Aqua Teen Hunger Force dubbed in Spanish. Originally discovered in 2014, there were several theories as to who or what was making these videos and for what reason. Speculation included messages from spies similar to number stations, Cicada 3301 recruitment programs, and contact from extraterrestrial life forms. Sadly, the real explanation was that it was just Google testing out YouTube stuff like quality of videos and things like that. They confirmed this through a statement to Engadget and uploaded the video of the red rectangle rickrolling us. The channel stopped uploading regularly in 2019, and since then, Google has referenced WebDriver Torso a couple of times. Like when you Google it, the logo changes to be a similar style as the videos. Numa Numa Dance is a video of a vlogger named Gary Brolsma lip-syncing to a song named Dragosty Dinte by Moldovan pop group Ozone. Originally uploaded in 2004 to Newgrounds and then re-uploaded to YouTube in 2006, it's, again, one of those famous viral videos that everyone knew about in the early days of YouTube. Gary Brolsma has made appearances on Good Morning America, The Tonight Show, and Best Week Ever. It's crazy to think that in the mid-2000s you could literally become a celebrity for lip-syncing and dancing to some random song. He deserved it though, he was going fucking crazy. The Seventh Element is a song written by Latvian singer Vitas, which got popular in 2015 following a post on Reddit's r/videos, where someone was looking for the fifth element and went 2 elements too far. The music video is very strange and features Vitas as some kind of weird alien costume doing strange dances. The music video also got pretty popular because, well, the song is really catchy. Video responses were a YouTube feature where instead of commenting on a video with text, you could set upload your own video to reply to another. Video responses were apparently a very underutilized feature, with a blog post by YouTube staff saying that 0.0004% of all people who see a video response actually click on it. Or in other words, 4 in every 1 million people. YouTube decided to remove the feature in 2013, although the videos themselves exist if you look hard enough. A popular form of creepypasta about famous television programs is the lost episode format, where people will tell a story about an episode they found that was never aired, most of the time because the episode was too disturbing for television. Some banned episodes are actually real and have re-uploads to YouTube, such as Pokemon's Electric Soldier Porygon and Dexter's Lab's Dexter's Rude Removal. However, a large amount of them are stories that people made up to scare people. Most popular examples include Suicide Mouse, an alleged lost Mickey Mouse tape, Dead Bart, a similar idea but The Simpsons instead, and Squidward Suicide, a SpongeBob creepypasta that actually got referenced in the show itself. Some of these lost episode creepypastas eventually get remade into actual videos you can watch, which are obviously fake, but they scared me when I was 12, and I'm sure they scared a lot of other 12-year-olds too. Creepy Grudge Ghost Girl in a Mirror is a video uploaded in 2008 by user ncook1234 and has over 100 million views. It's a 14-second video that begins with a pale young girl putting on her earrings in the mirror with a creepy ambience in the background. The girl then turns around to face the camera and waves at it while the reflection doesn't move for a second. Then the girl's reflection distorts its face to look demonic and a loud noise plays. It's a classic screamer, but not much is known about the creator nor the girl in the video. Rakaraka is a YouTube channel run by 2 twin brothers, Danny and Michael Filippo, that have been uploading since 2013. Their content consists of sketches, and their most popular of which being the videos where they characterize Ronald McDonald as a serial killer. A lot of videos they do have characters being portrayed as comically violent because it's funny, I guess. The videos have sometimes been flagged by YouTube and in some countries even banned completely. Barbie.avi is an urban legend and creepypasta about a man who finds a video file in a computer he found in a dumpster. The video had footage of a woman sitting on a chair in a blank room and talking about something that the audio quality is too shitty to make out, while she proceedingly gets more agitated and bothered and soon begins crying. Then it cuts to a video of a person walking along train tracks, and the author goes to investigate in real life, and finds a creepy house, and that's pretty much where it ends. The creepypasta also had a series of videos to go along with it, uploaded by a user named Xenopasta, that matches up with the story pretty exactly. The incredibly low quality footage of the woman is there, along with the admittedly really creepy audio, but obviously it was still fake. The video is identified as an amputated woman named Tammy, talking about an accident she had when she got her arm caught in a washing machine when she was 16 years old, which is honestly more disturbing than the actual creepypasta. If you viewed pretty much any video the day it came out on YouTube before 2015, you might be familiar with the 301 views phenomenon, where popular videos would be stuck at 301 views for a few hours after release. This is because YouTube would pause the view count at this time to filter through the views and see if they're botted or not. Numberphile did a great video on this way back in 2012, where he interviewed YouTube Analytics product manager Ted Hamilton. They changed the system so that this no longer happens as of August 2015, but they still kept the views at 301 on this video specifically as a fun little Easter egg. Neil Cicerega is a man who's responsible for a lot of things. His Wikipedia article lists him as a comedian, actor, filmmaker, singer, musician, YouTuber, songwriter, puppeteer, artist, and animator. He's behind a terrifying amount of popular things in internet culture, so this segment will really just be a bunch of smaller mini segments just because of how much stuff he's done. The main thing he's known for is his musical project known as Lemon Demon, which he's been releasing music under since 2003. Under Lemon Demon, he's released 10 full-length albums and has made many videos, with 2 really popular videos. The first of which being the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, a flash animation originating from Newgrounds made in conjunction with an animator, Sean Vuelas, also known as Alt F4. In this video, many characters battle it out to a song written by Neil, and you can really tell when this video was made just by how it looks and all the Chuck Norris and Aaron Carter jokes. The other Lemon Demon video that got really popular is Brody Quest, an animated music video about an image of Reggie and Brody going on a crazy adventure set to a song written by, again, Neil Cicerega. This video led to a lot of remixes and parodies featuring other characters from pieces of media. Another thing Neil Cicerega is known for is the Potter Puppet Pals, which is a web series where puppets of Harry Potter characters get into wacky antics. This series would prove to be one of the most popular YouTube videos of its time, especially the ticking noise episode. He is also the creator of the Mouth series of mashup albums, including Mouth Sounds, Mouth Silence, Mouth Moods, and Mouth Dreams. He also made the Ben Bernanke song, which is a remix version of a short film by Ryan Murphy, also called Ben Bernanke, which I don't think is a super well-known video, but it was my family's favorite video when I was like 10, so just let me have this. He also wrote the theme for the pilot episode of Gravity Falls, and he wrote the song Two Trucks Having Sex, which is a song about 2 trucks having sex. I could go on and on about what Neil Cicerega's impact on internet culture is, but the guy is responsible for a crazy amount of stuff. I think this comment on Brody Quest put it best. There's still no refutable proof that Neil Cicerega isn't behind every meme. I'm sure you all know who this is, but for those of you who have been under a rock for the past 15 years, Justin Bieber is a Canadian singer who began making music at the young age of 13 years old, and he actually began on YouTube making home videos. He released the song Baby in 2010, and at one point the music video was not only the most viewed video on YouTube, but also the most disliked. In the late 2000s and early 2010s, Justin Bieber had a gigantic fan base of teenage girls that called themselves the Beliebers. With this huge fan base came a huge hater base, I guess? Well, you had Chuck Norris as the guy who was peak comedy to say was great at everything. There was, on the other side of things, Justin Bieber, who was the punching bag of the internet. I'm personally not a fan, but I gotta respect how rent-free he lived in the heads of everyone on Earth when he was just 15 years old. Pivot Animator is a free-to-use application created by Peter Bone that uses stick figures to create animations. The fact that it's free and also incredibly simple to use means that a lot of beginner artists on YouTube, especially in the earlier days, would frequently use Pivot to make animations. One of my favorite Pivot animation videos when I was a kid was Stick Figures on Crack by Pivot Master DX, which was very similar in format to Asdif Movie. Some videos and even channels on YouTube don't have a title. This isn't a YouTube error or anything, it's usually done by the uploader on purpose, usually by the use of a blank Unicode character that can be accessed, for example, through the character map feature on Windows. One of the most famous examples of this is a video titled uploaded in 2010 by a YouTube user named. The video has no title, the channel has no title, and even the subscriber count is hidden, which you can do by simply turning it off. On October 16th, 2018, YouTube underwent an outage, and anytime you tried to access the site, that team of monkeys thing would show up. The outage lasted a couple hours, which is the longest YouTube has ever been down for, which obviously made everyone panic. There were theories going around over what the real reason YouTube shut down was, like the upload of footage of a reptilian Illuminati member, or footage of a pedophilic ritual carried on by politicians or celebrities, or footage of UFOs, or, you know, common conspiracy bullshit. So, why did they actually go down? Well, YouTube didn't actually provide a reason for why they were randomly offline for 2 hours. They just kind of said, "Sorry," and that's basically it. So, I guess as far as we're concerned, the reptilian Illuminati hosting a pedophile UFO ritual is really the only explanation we have, so that means it's true. Star Wars Kid is a viral video made in 2002 by a 15-year-old named Ghislaine Raza, where he swings a golf ball retriever around like Darth Maul's lightsaber from Star Wars Episode 1, and like, he just goes insane with it. The tape was kept in the basement of his high school, not originally intended to go public, although one of his friends found the tape and uploaded it to the internet under the title jackass_Star Wars_funny.wmv, and it was later uploaded to YouTube a few years later under the title Star Wars Kid. Raza allegedly faced intense cyberbullying and harassment from everywhere on the internet. In an interview, he stated that, "What I saw was mean. It was violent. People were telling me to commit suicide." In 2003, his family filed a $250,000 lawsuit against the families of his schoolmates, saying that he had to go under psychiatric care from the bullying he got online. In this day and age, it's easy for someone to just go, "How the fuck is cyberbullying real? Just walk away from the screen, just close your eyes." But what you have to remember is that this was 2002. And not only was he 15 years old, but he's one of the first people in the history of the internet to get this widely made fun of. Not only is the pressure of the entire world on you, but it's also a pressure that people in general weren't used to, since the internet was still a pretty new thing. Shay St. John is a character created by Eric Fournier, who's a puppet doll thing. Her backstory is that she was a supermodel until a terrible train accident permanently disfigured her, which led her to create a new body for herself out of old mannequin parts. The videos themselves are very surrealist and creepy, especially for the time when it was created, which was 2003. Originally published to a site called LiveJournal, the videos were then published to YouTube in 2006 by a channel called Elastic Spastic Plastic Fantastic, but the channel was terminated by YouTube in 2017. Poppy is a performance artist and musician who got her start making these weird, unsettling videos on YouTube in around 2014, where she would go on monologues about random shit with surprisingly high production value. Like this video where she just says, "I'm Poppy" over and over for 10 minutes. There's a lot of discussion and theories on who Poppy is and why she's doing this. Clearly, if there was anything weird on the internet, it had to have been the work of some Cicada ARG bullshit, but really it was just to promote her music.
Llamas with Hats is an animated series produced on YouTube by a company called Film Cow, the same company that produced Charlie the Unicorn, which I'll talk about later in this tier.
Llamas with Hats had 12 episodes total and has a plot that starts with two talking llamas with hats that share an apartment, and one of the llamas, Carl, murders a human. Every episode, Carl's actions become more and more villainous, I guess, and eventually he murders all life on Earth, including his roommate, and then promptly kills himself. I know this might maybe sound creepy, but it's really just a comedy series where the punchline is that the funny llama kills people. Llamas with Hats got 2 mobile games and its own book called Llamas with Hats Babies. That's unfortunate. An object show is typically an animated series on YouTube that follows these anthropomorphized talking inanimate objects, as they usually compete in competitions to eliminate every character until one remains, in a very similar fashion to series like Total Drama Island and Survivor. The first object show, the one to start the trend, was Battle for Dream Island, also known as BFDI, created by 2 twin brothers, Michael and Carrie Huang. The fanbase for this stuff is deceptively large, with the first episode of the show gaining over 60 million views, and there being countless fan-made projects in a similar style, with the second big one being Inanimate Insanity. Dining Room or There Is Nothing is a short film released on YouTube by a man named David Earl in 2006. It starts with the camera zooming in on a woman sitting at a dinner table in a room that seems to be on fire. She opens her eyes, says something in reverse, and then face plants into her bowl. The camera then begins slowly zooming out, and the film begins playing in reverse, revealing what she was saying to be "There is nothing." It's another one of those classic Gen Z/millennial childhood trauma type deals, and there are a lot of fake conspiracies on what exactly this video is, but really it was just made by some guy who wanted to make an unsettling video. The Coconut Song is an animation created by Jeff Lau, uploaded to YouTube in 2010, about how coconuts aren't nuts, they're actually fruits. The song used in the video is a cover of the song "To Coconut Nut" by Filipino singing group Smoky Mountain. The animations are clearly made in MS Paint and use a lot of outdated references and memes, but it's really charming to look at 12 years later. Before YouTube settled on the likes and dislikes system for rating videos it has now, YouTube at one point had a system where you rated videos from 1 to 5 stars, and instead of telling everyone to like the video, they would tell you to rate 5. It sounds cool, since it technically gives you more ways to express how much you liked or disliked a video, but a huge percentage of votes on videos were just 1 or 5 stars, effectively making the feature useless, and they changed over to likes and dislikes in 2009. YouTube Groups was yet another removed feature from when YouTube was still trying to find itself way back around in 2008 to 2009. From what I can tell, they worked a lot like Facebook groups, and you could make discussion threads as well as post videos to them. I can't really find much about this feature, so I'm assuming it got removed due to a lack of use, but it's still an interesting piece of history nonetheless. In 1987, in an advertisement for the medicine company Liberty Medical, they used the actor Wilford Brimley to be the spokesperson for their company for the next 30 years, which made sense because he was a pretty prestigious actor starring in movies such as The Thing and The China Syndrome, and he was also diagnosed with diabetes, and he wanted to spread awareness. It made a lot of sense, but there was one fatal error with him doing this. He didn't know how to say diabetes. Yes, Wilford Brimley is sometimes known as the infamous diabetes guy because he would say diabetes as diabetes every single time. His mispronunciation would be soon parodied on shows like Family Guy, and it would also have memes and remixes all throughout the early days of YouTube. Sadly, in 2020, he passed away. Mariana Mordegard Glesgorv is a YouTube creepypasta and urban legend. The story goes that there's this YouTube video that's 20 seconds long and features a red-tinted picture of a guy staring at you, which is actually a video that exists. However, the story says that there's a longer 2-minute version somewhere in the deepest recesses of YouTube. The video was apparently removed from YouTube because 153 people specifically gouged their eyes out and mailed them to YouTube's main office in San Bruno, California. Apparently, one YouTube employee watched the video and started crying and screaming after 45 seconds, until being put under sedation, like YouTube's the fucking SCP Foundation. Obviously, it's a hoax. The man in the video is identified as this random dude named Brian Cortez. Wonder how he's doing. I actually really like this entry because I love dumbass creepypastas like this, and the fact that people actually had to make videos debunking it is just absolutely hilarious to me. I briefly talked about this in Tier 2 with the Scare PewDiePie stuff, but YouTube Red is the former name of YouTube Premium. The service removes all ads on videos and offers original content. In 2018, they rebranded Red to Premium. But I have a hunch that they did it to avoid confusing them with RedTube, which is a porn site. Not much else to say since this isn't even a removed feature, just a renamed one. Okay, so this one actually kind of creeped me out when I first saw it. There's this video uploaded in 2012 by a channel called Angel Ruiz. Angel? I don't know. Point is, the video is titled Girl See Ghost and Run. It features a pair of possibly twin sisters eating food at a small plastic table talking to their mom. One of the girls looks into the darkened kitchen behind them and looks visibly creeped out before beginning to cry and run away. The other laughs at her for being a pussy and then turns around. She then lets out this fucking blood-curdling scream before also running away. So, what happened? I doubt it was staged because these kids look like they're 2 or 3, so I doubt they're good enough actors. Maybe it was just a mean prank pulled by the parents, like they put something there off camera that looked scary. Maybe it was something that wasn't a ghost, like a big spider or something. Or maybe it really was a ghost, I don't fucking know. On second thought, it probably was a prank since the mom is laughing the entire time they're crying. Also, like, why were they filming in the first place? That's something you gotta remember about these kinds of videos, that there's usually never an explanation for things like that. Still, it's a fun video to freak people out with. They're not only freaking out and pranking their kids, but also doing the same to the millions of people who watch this video on YouTube, so it just works on all accounts. Good shit. The Viner invasion refers to when the video hosting app Vine was shut down. If you don't remember what Vine is, you're too young to be watching this video, and especially some of the later tiers. But basically, it was the predecessor to TikTok back when dinosaurs ruled the land. Vine was shut down in early 2017, and when that happened, it caused a great migration of Vine stars and their fanbase to swarm YouTube. People we got from this were people like Logan and Jake Paul, who many consider to be really obnoxious. In 2017, there was a large uptake in clickbait, and some people say that the Vine invasion directly led to stuff like Elsagate and 3am videos. Victoria Vincent, known on YouTube as Voon? I don't know, I can't pronounce shit, is an animator who uploads short animations every couple months. I've never actually heard of her prior to making this video, and I've gotta say I really like her content. The animation style is really unique, and every video is filled with this comforting yet melancholic vibe. She's been making videos since 2016, and since then has amassed over 1 million subscribers, with some of her animations being featured on Adult Swim, and she's getting her own series on Fox called Dirt Girls. I would really recommend checking her channel out, it's pretty cool. Noah takes a photo of himself every day for 6 years is a video of a man named Noah who takes a photo of himself every day for 6 years, uploaded by a man named Noah Kalina, who was well known for taking a photo of himself every day for 6 years. He started in 2000, and for 6 years, Noah took a photo of himself every... Okay, I'll stop. This video was very popular when it was uploaded in 2006, and reached 27 million views. He occasionally updates with extensions to the original video, with the most recent one spanning 20 whole years. And in the video you can see him going from age 20 to 40, which is really cool to see. There have also been other creators who have done a similar thing to Noah inspired by his work, but no one's video is as impressive in size or scope. Will It Blend is a viral marketing campaign created by Blendtech, a company that makes and sells blenders. In the videos, Blendtech founder Tom Dickinson shoves random items like electronics, golf balls, marbles, diamonds, and a human skeleton into the blender. Wait, what was that last one? These videos are meant to prove just how powerful Blendtech blenders are, and that they can blend pretty much anything. They've been around since 2006 and still occasionally upload every now and then, which is always nice to see an OG YouTuber still uploading, especially when it's pretty much the same content they've always done. Local 58 is a horror-based web series created by Chris Staub that began production in 2015. The series presents a story through the lens of fictional public access television called, well, Local 58. There's not really any continuity between the episodes besides the general theme of looking at the moon or the night resulting in something, as well as references to an organization called the Thought Research Initiative. The series is pretty popular, with none of the episodes being under 1 million views, and it's considered the pioneer of the analog horror genre, which uses stylized editing to make it seem like you're watching a real video cassette or something, with other popular examples of the genre being the Mandela Catalog, the Walton Files, and Gemini Home Entertainment. Local 58 is also the best analog horror, I'm just saying. COD Black Ops PS was a YouTube channel created in 2010 that was run by a bot that automatically uploaded short clips of Call of Duty Black Ops, in particular the PlayStation 3 version. The channel was notable because at one point it was the channel with the most uploads to YouTube, with over 1 million under its belt. There is also another channel called COD Black Ops Xbox, which I'm sure you can figure out what the deal is there, and that channel had over 700,000. The channels both stopped uploading in 2015, and in 2020 they were removed off YouTube, not because of spam or anything like that, but because there were multiple third-party claims of copyright infringement. I guess Activision Blizzard just decided to get upset about the channel's existence 5 years after it stopped uploading. Corridor Digital is a production studio run by Sam Gorski and Nico Pueringer that focuses on making short viral videos with CGI effects and pop culture references. They joined YouTube in 2010, and one of their first breakout successes was a video titled The Glitch, released in December of 2012. In this video, several video game characters such as Mario and Minecraft Steve encounter a gun glitching through the ground in real life, which leads to the destruction of the world. The video got over 50 million views, and the shot of Mario's face distorting left its mark in the nightmares of 10-year-olds who watched the video. Like me. In 2004, during the halftime show at the 38th Super Bowl, Justin Timberlake accidentally ripped off a piece of Janet Jackson's outfit, resulting in her titty being exposed to the entire world. You may have already knew about that, considering how widespread and talked about it was when it happened. However, did you know that it directly led to the creation of YouTube? Yes, that's right. PayPal employees Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and of course Javed Karim all heard about the incident, but were pissed that they couldn't find any good footage online, since back then you just kinda had to see it live. So, these motherfuckers were so goddamn horny that they made a site for sharing videos that would never be lost, and they called it YouTube. It's kinda wild that this is the origin story, especially since YouTube will blast your fucking brains out if you so dare show a titty on the platform. It could also be argued that the incident also led to the creation of Facebook, since it launched 3 days after the incident, though that could just be a coincidence. Either way, it's a perfect representation of how you really can do anything you want if you have enough fighting spirit.
Nyang Cat is a video uploaded in 2011 by a user named Sarah June, who has since changed their channel name to just Nyang Cat. You probably know what this is by now, but in case you don't, Nyang Cat is a looping pixel art gif of a cat with a Pop-Tart for a body, flying through space sharding rainbows. The original gif comes from a site called LOL Comics made by a man named Christopher Torres, also known as PR Guitar Man, although there it was originally titled Pop-Tart Cat. He stated that the original reason he made Pop-Tart Cat was because he asked in a livestream what to draw, and one person said Pop-Tart and another said cat, so he just combined the two. The original song is a Hatsune Miku song called Nya 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 Nya, created by a Nico Nico Doga user by the name of Danny Well. It was then remixed by a user named Momo, who made a cover with the Utao voice Momone Momo. Then all it took was Sarah June to pair the two, and then we have the video you know today. Nyang Cat has had many different variations and remixes, along with pretty popular parodies, its own mobile game, a website where you can endlessly watch Nyang Cat loop with a timer, and yeah, it was one of the first old viral videos to be sold as an NFT. Tragic.
Nobody Here is a YouTube video uploaded by a user called Sunset Corp. It features this cool looping footage of an abstract roadway taken from an obscure arcade cabinet called Taito Laser Grand Prix. It also features this music that samples Lady in Red by Krista Berg, but slowed down. Now I know what you're thinking, this just looks like some vaporwave video, why is it here? I actually thought the same thing until I looked close at the upload date. July 19th, 2009. You see, Sunset Corp is a channel run by Daniel LePayton, also known as 10Tricks Point Never. The song used is actually from his musical album, Chuck Person's Echo Jams Volume 1, which is the album that's often considered the first vaporwave album ever. The album actually came out a year after the videos on this channel were uploaded, so this YouTube channel is the exact birthplace of the vaporwave genre, which I think is pretty cool. End of the World is a flash animation created by Jason Winsor of Albino Black Sheep all the way back in 2003. He basically just talks about how we're all gonna kill each other through means of nuclear warfare. Apparently the video was created in response to the US invasion of Iraq, which happened soon before the video was created. Either way, the video was pretty popular and had over 14 million views before it was deleted to re-upload on a higher resolution. It's honestly still one of my favorite videos on the site, and it's endlessly quotable to this day. A sequel was uploaded 15 years later called End of the World, probably for real this time, which comments on current events like the presidency of Donald Trump. It was definitely a sequel. Obedece a la Morsa, or its English title, Obey the Walrus, is another one of those viral videos meant to be creepy and unsettling. It features a distorted version of the Itsy Bitsy Spider nursery rhyme with the Star Fox character Andros singing. After a couple seconds, it cuts to footage from The Goddess Bunny, a 1994 documentary about the life of transgender entertainer named Sandy Crisp, who had her body disfigured when contracting polio soon after her birth. The footage then cuts to a picture of a walrus, and then the video ends. While Sandy Crisp herself has nothing to do with the creation of the video, there's a bit of backstory behind who made it. The description has a bit of insight into the history of the video, and it reads, Obey the Walrus, known in Spanish as Obedece a la Morsa, is a video that was allegedly created by a Latin American cult known as La Morsa, or the Walrus, and it is said that bad things happen after watching the video. Many people have brushed the description off, saying it's just some creepypasta bullshit, but after a closer inspection it might be true to some extent. Obviously, I don't know how true it is that bad things happen after watching this video. That part just sounds like some, ooh, cursed video, songs.exe, ooh, type bullshit. But the original uploader of this video has some strange, religious, cult-like tendencies that ran a bit deeper than just some edgy bullshit for the sake of a creepypasta. It's a bit of a rabbit hole that I can't fit in the mere entry of an iceberg. We do have over 1,000 entries to cover, Jesus fuck. I'll just link this video by Internet Investigator in the description that covers it pretty well. Seinfeld Spitstain is a good username and a channel on YouTube who makes these strange, poorly rendered 3D animations. His first breakout success was Super Smash Bros. Universe E3 2013 trailer, uploaded only a few hours before the actual Smash 4 trailer went up, which featured this shit. I don't know. The video was popular enough to be featured on Kotaku, which when this happened, he changed the description of the video to Kotaku is scum, which is pretty based. Although easily his most famous video would prove to be Jimmy Neutron Happy Family Happy Hour, in which Hugh Neutron kills his wife and then has his head sliced off by a flying pizza. Just another day in the life of Jimmy Neutron, I guess. This Jimmy Neutron video would prove to be a massive success, getting over 18 million views and a lot of fans, including me, apparently. Jesus fucking Christ. Seinfeld Spitstain would continue to upload until September of 2014, when he uploaded one final video titled Creation. In 2010, a Team Fortress 2 SFM animation was uploaded, titled Heavy and Scout Think They Are Birds. Video was fairly popular, but one part stuck out in particular in the eyes of many. This frame of Scout's face became a really popular meme, and a lot of people set it as their profile pictures right around the time YouTube began showing profile pictures in comment sections. It kind of invaded YouTube for a bit in 2012 and 2013, but that's basically it. It was just a funny picture. Footage of a man who spent 41 hours trapped in an elevator is exactly what it sounds like. It was uploaded in 2008 by The New Yorker, although the incident actually happened 9 years earlier in 1999. Production manager Nicholas White was riding the elevator on a Friday night when it stopped suddenly, leaving him alone in the elevator for 41 hours. The security cam footage was then taken and sped up into a time-lapse, which led to the video we know today. Our Mine is a hacking group that's known for hacking big names on many social medias, not just YouTube. They got their start hacking people's Minecraft account, but they slowly started getting more ambitious. In 2016, they hacked Markiplier's YouTube account and uploaded this video basically stating that, we gotcha. Throughout the summer of 2016, they proceeded to hack some huge Twitter accounts like Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales, Twitter founder Jack Dorsey, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, and Google CEO Sundar Pichai. They also hacked a platform called vidIQ that several big YouTube accounts such as iJustine and Beijing Canadian used to change the description to hacked by Our Mine team. In an interview, they stated that they don't do malevolent acts, but are simply showing everyone that no one's safe. Crank That is the debut single of the rapper Soulja Boy, released in 2007. The song was iconic not only for the steel drum riff in the background, but also for the dance fad it caused. The music video was uploaded to YouTube in 2009, has over 500 million views, and its popularity on sites like YouTube is even represented in the music video, which I think is pretty meta. Charlie the Unicorn is a series of Flash animations that finds its origins in 2005 on Newgrounds, created by Jason Steele, which Wikipedia really wants you to know that he made it. Originally created as a birthday present for his mother, the plot follows a lazy unicorn named Charlie who is badgered by a blue unicorn and a pink unicorn for him to come with them on their adventure to Candy Mountain. He eventually goes with them to Candy Mountain, and the short ends with both of his kidneys stolen. The short was massively popular on both Newgrounds and YouTube and spawned 4 sequels, resulting in a 1-hour-long saga, as well as its own line of merchandise. Moi Moi Palaboy is a channel created by 2 brothers from the Philippines named James Ronald and Rodfield Macasero. They got their start in 2007 doing lip-sync videos to popular songs at the time, like Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne and Backstreet's Back by the Backstreet Boys. They got over 500,000 subscribers by the next year, which doesn't sound like much, but that's really good numbers in 2008. They made their first TV appearance in the same year on the Filipino show Bubble Gang, broadcasted on GMA Network. They've released albums and starred in many TV shows and movies and are now contract artists with the GMA Artist Center. As a non-Filipino, I haven't really heard of them before making this video, but it seems like they're quite big in the country's pop culture. In 2007, Viacom International, the parent company of Paramount, MTV, Nickelodeon, and many others, sued YouTube and by extension Google for $1 billion. The reason was that many people uploaded clips, just clips, of Viacom-owned properties such as SpongeBob and South Park without authorization from them, and they further alleged that YouTube's moderation did nothing to stop this copyright infringement. They said that there were over 150,000 unauthorized clips, with 1.5 billion views total. A lawsuit this big at such an early point in YouTube's lifespan was nearly catastrophic, and was possibly the biggest threat to the platform's existence to date. This led YouTube to create the system known as Content ID that analyzes videos for possible copyrighted media such as footage from TV shows or unauthorized use of music, which also led to the audio swap stuff I talked about earlier. Viacom decided that wasn't enough, and they still wanted their big boy bucks back that they apparently lost from a 2-year-old platform. This lawsuit was a back and forth that lasted around 7 years, eventually culminating in a settlement with no money changing hands in 2014. So, bronies. If you're new to the internet, you might not know what these are, but basically around 2011, a large adult fanbase was started around the children's show My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. I'm not going to get into why this happened, since it doesn't really have anything to do with YouTube, but there's this one fan on the site named Mr. Davey. Mr. Davey would upload these animations about My Little Pony, the 2 most popular of which being called Cupcakes and Smile HD. Both of these videos portrayed Pinkie Pie as a genocidal maniac who's incredibly strong and bloodlusted. The videos were really gory and incredibly accurate to the show's style, which obviously was not a good thing if you were, I don't know, Hasbro's PR team. Hasbro got almost all of his videos taken down, although Cupcakes seemed to be restored at some point, while Smile HD was removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. What's interesting is that while digging, I couldn't find anything relating to Mr. Davey is or where he is now. His location is different on every social media platform he has, and he put a hidden message at the end of Smile HD about how Lauren Faust should respond to his meet and fuck emails, which is probably just a weird joke, but I still felt like I should mention it. Okay, so obviously this title's pretty generic, so there are probably a lot of videos on YouTube with the same title, but I think what this entry refers to specifically is this one uploaded in 2009 by a user named ChesterTyler714, although apparently it's a re-upload. The original video was made by a guy named Justin Martinez in 2006. Anyways, the video itself is in a found footage kind of format with our protagonist breathing heavily and apparently running through his house. The first clear shot we get is of his ceiling, where these ominous black hands begin reaching through trying to grab at him. He runs through more of the house with more hands growing out of the ceiling, windows, walls, and floors, and even an eye growing out of one of his walls. It eventually ends with this shot of a big mass of arms and hands that grows a face, jumps out of them, and starts screaming. Obviously fake, but still quite impressive for a homemade YouTube video in 2006. He made a post to r/horror about how he made the effects, but when you click on it, it leads to a dead link. Sad. Either way, it'll still go down as one of the most legendary horror videos of early YouTube. Petscop is an unfiction horror series on YouTube created by Tony Domenico on a channel of the same name, spanning from 2017 to 2019. The first episode starts with the main character Paul booting up the game of the same name and explaining how it's an obscure PS1 game he just found lying around. The reason he's making the video is to prove to his friend that he wasn't lying about it. The game starts out as a pretty standard puzzle game, albeit unfinished, although after he inputs a cheat code, he discovers a darker side of the game. The series quickly gained popularity, with the first episode having over 2 million views, and the series spans 24 episodes. It's often considered to be one of the most elaborate creepypasta stories out there, and explanations videos by creators such as Pyrocynical and MatPat skyrocketed the series' popularity. Pierce Ruane, also known as Proane2 Forever or Sexman Films, is a YouTuber that got to start making videos in 2008 when he was 13. He would often make videos ranting about things that pissed him off, such as porn addiction, Soulja Boy, or as he called him, Soulja Bitch, and 50 Cent. The 50 Cent video was most notable because he actually saw the video Proane made about him, and the two made a video where they met up with each other in New York City, which honestly I think is a crazy-ass moment in YouTube history. He uploaded fairly consistently for a couple years before abruptly deleting his channel in 2016, although he still maintains a personal Instagram account. In early 2020, he made a post talking about his channel and why he deleted it. He said, "I've never liked fame or the minimal amount I had. I prefer to fly under the radar, and that's a huge reason I left YouTube to begin with. My YouTube career is in the past, and it needs to be left there. I'm not 13 anymore. I'm 25, and living in the constant shadow of my youth has grown tiresome." It's sad, but we need to remember that while some early YouTube stars leaned fully into their newfound attention, for others, fame just wasn't for them, and that's okay. Fred Figglehorn, also known as just Fred with a backwards R for some reason, is a character in series created by Lucas Cruikshank. The character is known for his voice being edited to be really high-pitched, and it's just generally aimed at trying to be annoying. The series got its start on YouTube in 2006, with the first video being called Fred on Halloween, and since then it became wildly popular, with Fred being one of the first famous YouTube stars. He made a guest appearance on iCarly in 2009 with an episode titled I Meet Fred, which led to a long partnership with Nickelodeon, where he got 3 entire movies and a TV show. Even though by that point it was like 2012 and no one really cared about Fred anymore. Today, Lucas Cruikshank runs a considerably large YouTube channel with over 3 million subscribers, and the channel was apparently sold off to some kids? Although they haven't uploaded since 2015. Also, one last thing about Fred. In the movies, his dad is played by John Cena, and I think that's funny. Literal music videos are these parodies where people will sing over a song's lyrics to match up what's going on in the music video. The first known iteration of this trend dates back to 2008 and was a remix of Aha's hit song Take On Me by a channel named Dusto Magneto. The video reached over 15 million views and since then spawned a whole trend with countless others doing pretty much the same thing, with other popular iterations being Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler, With Arms Wide Open by Creed, and oh, god damn it. Literal music videos also inspired people to do other things with a similar format, like Tobuscus's literal movie trailer series. On YouTube, there's a surprising amount of just blatant piracy running around. A lot of software, movies, and video games you can literally find for free just by looking up the name of it, followed by download or something. Although the only problem with this is that there's a lot more fake stuff than legit stuff, so you really gotta be careful, but trust me when I say that there is real free downloads on the site. Not going to be giving examples, obviously, because giving it publicity will just make it more likely that YouTube takes it down, but, like, dude, trust me. Do you remember those video responses I was talking about earlier, where you could comment on a video with a video of your own? Well, when those were still around, they actually did have regular use by one group of people known as the Reply Girls. These women would create video responses to popular videos and would talk for like a minute about how they liked the video with not much substance to add. These videos were still massively popular though and gained thousands upon thousands of views. Why did they get so many views, you ask? Because nothing on the internet sells better than fat tits. Reply girls were a huge point of contention in the early 2010s and were criticized by many content creators as well as getting massive dislike bombs. After YouTube removed video responses, reply girls pretty much went extinct. Hot Diggity Demon, now often known as Max G, is an animator who got his start on Newgrounds as early as 2004, although he didn't find his first breakout success until 2009 with the release of his Jerry series, which he also uploaded to YouTube, about the life of a depressed man named Jerry. After that, he began making a series called Wacky Game Jokes for Kids, which features a character named Mickey, who was a small-time crook living in the slums of NYC, until he was stolen off the streets by an evil corporation called VGV. Although, perhaps Max's most famous work is his parodies of My Little Pony, known as the Pony.mov series. Each entry in the series follows the same naming scheme, like Apple.mov, Shed.mov, Swag.mov, focusing on each of the 6 main characters of the show at the time. These are made in the era of YouTube where making dark parodies of children properties were super popular, and that's what these videos were. They reached super popular, with all of them being over 10 million views, and even being noticed by the creators of the show. After finishing the Pony.mov series, he would go on to make more parodies of popular things such as Five Nights at Freddy's, Animal Crossing, and Super Mario Bros., before settling on a series called Brain Dump in 2016. Brain Dump started as him reviewing movies until it quickly turned into having therapy sessions with himself, represented by a talking cartoon ghost. Yeah, being one of the oldest animators on the site, he's gone through a lot of different forms of content, but it seems he's finally found that Brain Dump is what he wants to do on YouTube. Or not, you can never really tell. Liam Kyle Sullivan is a YouTuber and comedian who gained popularity in 2006 with the release of his video Shoes, where he cross-dresses as a teenage girl named Kelly who's obsessed with shoes. The video, along with Liam's other works around the same time, such as Let Me Borrow That Top and Muffins, were quite popular, getting millions of views. Today, Liam uploaded to his YouTube as recently as 2 weeks ago as of writing the script. Wow. It looks like it's literally just the same video as Muffins, but with breakfast loaves instead. Apparently it's an advertisement for some bakery. Huh. Angry German Kid refers to a video from 2005 of 14-year-old Norman Kochanowski smashing his keyboard because he's mad at Unreal Tournament. It's another really popular YouTube viral video, but what many people don't know is that it's completely scripted, and the German kid in question isn't actually angry. Yeah, in the video, Norman is playing a character named Leopold Slick, and Angry German Kid is actually one of many scripted videos he released under the name. Today, he still uploads to YouTube under the name Hercules Beats, where he released rap music and bodybuilding videos. And he's fucking ripped, by the way. Like, goddamn. Remember that Patrice Wilson guy I was talking about in Tier 2, who would have parents pay money to him so he could turn their kid into a music star? Well, perhaps his most famous or infamous work was none other than Friday by Rebecca Black, released in 2011 when she was 14 years old. The song got really popular because it was almost laughably bad. Very uninspired lyrics, bad auto-tune, a weird rap solo by Patrice. It was just not great by any means, and everyone made fun of it. So, what came of Rebecca after this? Well, despite all the harassment she got, she kept making music, with pretty moderate success. I think it's pretty cool how she kept going despite the near universal hate she got for the music video, even though, in my opinion, it was more Patrice's fault than anyone else. In 2021, to celebrate the 10th anniversary, she released a hyper-pop remix of Friday in collaboration with Dylan Brady of 100 Gex. Yeah. Salad Fingers is an animated series created in 2004 by David Firth, originally posted to Newgrounds. It features a thin green man named Salad Fingers who lives in this strange, desolate world, his only friends being his finger puppets. It's one of the first super popular animations, especially when it was brought over to YouTube in 2009, and definitely one of the weirdest as well. There are a lot of theories of what Salad Fingers means and the symbolism of everything, but honestly I just figured it was weird for the sake of being weird. I'd honestly say that in a certain way it laid the groundwork for all the animations today that are designed to be creepy or unnerving. Single Ladies is a song released in 2008 by Beyonce. Being a song by one of the most influential music artists of the 21st century, it was obviously pretty popular, but where it really gained popularity was from the music video released on YouTube in 2009. The video is black and white and features Beyonce dancing along with 2 backup dancers in a blank void. It currently stands at over 800 million views, and it spawned many people on YouTube to make parodies of the song and imitate the choreography. Dr. Octagonopus is a parody of Doc Ock from the Spider-Man comics, originally featured in a video called The Laser Collection, which is a collection of shorts with the punchline of literally every single one being the shoop-de-whoop I'm a firing my laser thing. Dr. Octagonopus is heavily featured in these where he'll just show up, say his name, and then go wah. He was a very popular source to use in YouTube poops, as well as just people editing videos to have him show up at the end. Also, something I noticed about this entry is that the person who wrote his Know Your Meme article really wanted to know is spelled Octogonopus rather than Octagonopus. I just thought it was funny they were so pressed about it. Little Baby's Ice Cream is, or was, an ice cream company based in Philadelphia. They were most notable for the "This is a Special Time" ad they posted on YouTube in 2012. In the video, a person made of ice cream uses a spoon to eat their own body. The narrator talks about their skin and pores are glistening thanks to the fact that he eats Little Baby's ice cream. There are a couple other ads on this channel about this company, but none of them as popular as the "This is a Special Time" ad. It's a common misconception that there's some creepy, deep hidden message behind this video, but no, it's just a commercial that is intentionally made to be creepy. Why'd they make it so creepy, you ask? Well, we're still talking about it, aren't we? That's effective advertising. I Like Turtles refers to a local news clip of a reporter at a festival interviewing a kid who got zombie-themed face paint. When asked his opinion of the festival, he responds by simply saying he likes turtles. The reporter just kinda awkwardly backs away, not knowing how to respond to the situation, and then the clip ends. The 17-second clip gained over 7 million views and was featured on shows like Tosh.0. Fedoras Are Awesome is a classic video to throw into cringe compilations, mainly because it's fucking cringe. Released by a channel named Adam the Alien, it features a classic fedora-wearing neckbeard and has 4 friends sitting on a couch. He starts saying "Fedoras are awesome" over and over again, and then his other friends chime in with other instrumentations? Noises? I don't even really know how to explain it. You kind of just gotta watch for yourself. The video was originally uploaded in 2013 and stands at over 1 million views with far more dislikes than likes, but you know what's impressive? Unlike almost every single video that has historically been put in cringe compilations, Adam stuck to their guns and never took the video down, which I simply have to respect. Ghost Caught on Tape, also known as Scary Rocking Chair or Rocking Chair Scary Pop-Up, is a 22-second clip of a shot of a green rocking chair originally posted to YouTube by a username SZWorld. It starts out with a green tinted footage of a rocking chair, and the rocking chair begins to move on its own, leading the viewer to look closer. But if they do that, they're met with this woman that appears out of nowhere and crawls very quickly up to the camera before displaying the face from The Exorcist that's used in the Scary Maze game and stuff like that. Classic screamer video, dating back to 2006, and over 70 million views. This one always freaked me out the most because of the sudden way that the woman moves. It's just freaky to me. Filthy Frank is a musician and retired YouTuber. He began uploading to a channel called Disaster Music in 2009, although he didn't create the Filthy Frank character until 2011. I feel like there's not really a good and accurate way to describe his content. He kinda just does whatever he wants, but mainly focuses on a sketch comedy type routine, and what he's most well known for is being edgy. A lot of these jokes featured are what could be considered racially or ethnically insensitive, like the 100 totally accurate accents from all around the world video, which, I mean, yeah. In the channel description, he talks about the character and how he's the embodiment of everything a person should not be. He's anti-PC, anti-social, and anti-couth. He behaves and reacts excessively to everything expressly to highlight the ridiculous of racism, misogyny, legalism, injustice, ignorance, and other social blights. So really, Filthy Frank was never necessarily created for bigoted purposes, but rather to poke fun at those who hold those opinions. Whether or not you believe that is up to you, but it's still kinda hilarious that people unironically became racist after seeing a dude in a pink jumpsuit saying bad things about minorities. Filthy Frank was massively popular on YouTube, having over 7 million views, frequently collaborated with other YouTubers like iDubbbz and Max Mofo, released an album under the name Pink Guy, and created the Harlem Shake trend, which was a massive trend on YouTube where people would dance to a song of the same name, that got references on things like The Simpsons, and even programming that was meant for kids, like the Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards, which is a bit weird when you remember that it came from this guy. In 2017, he retired both Filthy Frank and Pink Guy, and released a book called Francis of the Filth that ties up the lore of the series. He then rebranded himself and became a singer-slash-songwriter known as Joji. Yes, that Joji. Username 666 is a horror video uploaded in 2008. The video starts with the protagonist typing youtube.com/666 into the address bar. Initially, nothing happens, but they keep clicking refresh. YouTube starts becoming all red and distorted, but they keep refreshing until they find the fabled channel. It starts playing these freaky videos, one with distorted red hands, another with these spinning fetus-looking things. Eventually, the user finds that they can't escape 666's page by closing out of the window or going back or anything. And then eventually one of the red hands reaches out of the video frame, then the video ends. Pretty groundbreaking stuff for 2008, and the visuals are pretty cool. The video was uploaded by a user named Nana fucking bunch of numbers, also known as Pierpito, a Japanese user who frequently makes these kind of horror videos. The second most viewed video on the channel is called My House Walkthrough, uploaded in 2016, where Nana does a house tour. The house is dark and just coated in a thick layer of grime, and sometimes the rooms repeat. It's something straight out of Silent Hill. I'd recommend checking it out if you're in the market for horror videos on YouTube. The other big thing on Nana's channel is Pierpito's first playthrough of Minecraft, where it's just him playing Minecraft for the first time. I love this channel. Double Rainbow is a video uploaded in 2010 by Yosemite Bear 62, also known as Hungry Bear 9562, real name Paul Vasquez. Filmed right outside Yosemite National Park, Paul sees a double rainbow and begins freaking out with happiness. Like, he is really getting into that double rainbow. He's yelling, screaming, moaning, praising God. Like, goddamn, I wish I was that happy with anything. The video has almost 50 million views and also got a Songify version done by Shmoyoho, the same guys behind Bed Intruder Song. Chocolate Rain is a song and video created in 2007 by Tay Zonde and now stands at over 133 million views. The song's lyrics at the time were perceived as strange and random, even though it's about institutional racism in the United States. And in the video, he moves away from the mic to breathe, which is clarified in the caption. The video got really popular for a mix of reasons. For some it was the lyrics, for some it was the breathing thing, and others it was his deceptively deep voice. Either way, it's a certified YouTube classic. There's a whole host of web series on YouTube that are actually ARGs relating to the famous character Slender Man, where viewers will often be tasked with interacting with the media in some way to progress the story. These include, but are not limited to, Marble Hornets, created all the way back in 2009 by Troy Wagner, Everyman Hybrid by Vincent Caffarello, Jerry Koval, and Evan Jennings, Tribe 12, created by Adam Rosner, ML Anderson 0, created by Michael Anderson, and Dark Harvest 00, created by Chris Hammerberg and Heather Faller. Slenderman's obviously a pretty popular character, so it doesn't surprise me that there's so much horror content on YouTube about him. Leave Britney Alone is a video created by Cara Cunningham in 2007. In the video, she starts crying and pleads the viewer to stop shitting on Britney Spears for her comeback performance at the MTV Video Music Awards. The video gained international attention, along with lots of parodies and criticism. Cunningham has been accused of making the situation about herself, and that it was really just to seek attention, although she insisted it was a genuine reaction. Colin's Bear Animation is an animation created by third-year game development student Colin Sanders. It's a 10-second video that features a crudely made model of a bear dancing in various locations set to Happy Monkey Dance from the Mother 3 soundtrack, before ending it off with a black screen that says Colin Sanders, thanks for nothing. The description elaborates, saying that the uploader was actually Colin's friend, and that Colin made it as a final animation for an animation arts class. He used all the techniques taught by the professor, and this was the finished product. Oh yeah, and Colin got an A. Nowadays, Colin works at a game dev studio called Massive Damage Games. Content farms are these large channels that push out a fuck ton of low-quality videos in order to trick the algorithm into getting their videos recommended. Examples of content farm channels include a lot of channels we've talked about in tiers prior, such as 5-Minute Crafts, True Story animation channels, and even Elsagate videos could fall under this too. There are also some channels that literally just read off Ask Reddit posts with text-to-speech. All these channels have the common theme of being really easy to mass produce and get a lot of money off of. Daft Hands is a video tribute to the song Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by the music duo Daft Punk. The video was created in 2007 and features uploader Austin Hall spelling out the lyrics to the song with letters he wrote on his hands with a Sharpie. The video got very popular, easily being one of the most viral videos of the year with over 74 million views. The video even got noticed by Daft Punk themselves, as you can actually find the video in the official Daft Punk YouTube channel's favorites playlist. Austin Hall even got on the Ellen DeGeneres show, which I think is a pretty good thing. This entry refers to an alleged found footage of a man who took a camera into the infamous catacombs of Paris, France. He starts walking around, finds real human bones, which, if you don't know, is to be expected from the catacombs, but something weird starts happening. His breathing starts getting heavy, he starts running faster and faster, and eventually he drops the camera and doesn't go back to pick it up. People's minds immediately went like, ooh, it was a ghost or something, but honestly it could have easily been paranoia from the claustrophobia and, you know, the human bones. And he could have just hallucinated something that wasn't there. The whole thing could have also just been a hoax done for attention, since the footage was part of an ABC documentary and the man was never identified. It's an unresolved mystery to this day, so it's really up to you whether you decide to believe it or not. Coit, run by British animator Paul Curtin, is another one of those weird animation channels on YouTube. It features such high-brow, classy animations like Flying Bum, or I've Done a Poo, or My Bum Goes, the Fart Song, or maybe My Bum It Is Stinky It Goes. There's not much else to this. He basically just uploads animations about farts, poop, balls, asses, boobs. You know, it's toilet humor. Jesus, we finally fucking get to this one. Gangnam Style is a song by South Korean musician Psy, released in 2012, with the music video coming out in the same year. The music video got crazy popular on YouTube, and even just pop culture in general. It was the first ever YouTube video to hit 1 billion views within only 6 months of its release, and has had countless parodies, references, uses. I mean, it was fucking everywhere. There's an entire Wikipedia page on Gangnam Style's influence on pop culture. How many single songs have entire Wikipedia pages on their influence on pop culture? Spoiler alert, it's only fucking Gangnam Style. I can't overstate how crazy popular the song was in 2012. You know how K-pop is like way more popular in the United States than it was maybe 15 years ago? And how nowadays the genre is like almost inescapable? I don't know if there's anything else to attribute that to other than Gangnam Style. I'm assuming this video is only in tier 3 because it's an older video, but also that's bullshit because Me at the Zoo and Rickroll are up there too. Gangnam Style possibly has more worldwide cultural influence than anything on this entire chart. And last but not least, I thought I'd end this part off with one of the more sentimental entries on the list. Taya777. This was a Japanese YouTube channel that, by all accounts, should have just been a normal video game music channel. But it was so much more than that. You see, Taya didn't upload very many videos, but the ones he did upload didn't feature the game's box art or logo like most do, but rather a loop of a location from the game the song is from. Hearing that out of my mouth now, it doesn't sound that crazy, but the uploads Taya did of songs like Quarters of Time from Chrono Trigger or Sticker Bush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country 2 are two of the most relaxing videos on the platform. What made these videos even more special is that the titles were all in Japanese, although the main audience were English speakers. This meant that most people would not find these videos just by searching up the OST title, but rather it would have to be recommended by the ever so mysterious and esoteric YouTube algorithm. In the comment section of these videos, people would acknowledge this and classify the videos as a checkpoint, like in a video game. Some would leave a comment to check in and talk about the way their life is going at the time of the comment. It was honestly magical, and there's nothing really like it on YouTube. Which of course made it all the more heartbreaking when this VGM re-upload channel specifically got wiped from YouTube thanks to copyright strikes. Sure, there are re-uploads where people do the same thing for the most part, but it just isn't the same. And all those people checking in, all those comments, they're all gone. Fuck Nintendo. And thus concludes part 1 of tier 3 of the YouTube Iceberg. This was a really fun one to make and a huge nostalgia trip for me, so I hope it was for you too. While I did sound pissed that he put fucking Gangnam Style too low, I can't stress enough how thankful I am to Potted Planet for making the Iceberg in the first place, because without his Reddit post I would not be able to make this series. Tier 3 is easily my favorite so far, just as I expected. It's a nice healthy mix of some well-known creepy stuff as well as well-known older videos in general. I actually didn't expect this video to be so long. I mean, we're only on part 1 and this script is longer than both parts of tier 2 combined. While I'm writing this script, it's actually 4 AM. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. YouTube's cool, I love my subscribers, don't forget to like and subscribe or whatever. Peace out.